So you can call me China or CJ. I'm from California, LA, but I'm coming here to vacation from Columbia, South Carolina. Um, I go by she, he, they, them, daddy, and don't forget that, please. Mm. Um, when it has come to my mother, uh, my father accepted point blank period. I mean, we were pretty tight. Accepted anything about me. My mom, she struggled around that because she's like, I had a girl. I don't care how you, it's like I don't care how you identify. There was a lot of pushback against my identity. Period. When it just came to being able to express who I was as a lesbian. And at first, I felt like I think my mom wanted it to be hidden. Like okay, I'll accept that you're a lesbian, but you can't look like a lesbian, you know. So I wasn't able to dress or really express who I truly was. I felt like for a while, and that's changing with her. Uh, um, that's changing with her over time. Uh, I haven't had a conversation with my mom about gender identity specifically. It's more so I'll catch her saying something, or we'll see a transgender person or a drag or or something like that, or someone who is just obviously masculine in their identity as queer or lesbian or whatever they choose, and she'll say something like, nah, they can't dress like that, or I don't, that looks like a dyke, she looks like a lesbian, or as far as transgender, when it comes to transgender people or folks, she would say things like the bathroom ordeal. Like she'll be like, no, I understand the bathroom laws, and I don't think that bathrooms need to be unisex. If you're born, if you still have a penis, that's it. It doesn't matter if you're dressing like a girl or a guy. It doesn't. So she says things like that that just constantly that brings up the conversation. So in the conversation, when I hear that type of language, then I have the opportunity to step in and to have that and open up the door for that conversation. And we get deep and at when I remember when I was younger, and the point where we would scream at each other about this type of shit and about who I was and how I wanted to dress, and how like she forced me to wear dresses, like um, forcing me to wear dresses, and how uncomfortable I was, and just that pushback. And we used to scream back and forth about these types of conversations. And now it has gotten to the point where we actually are talking and like feeling, listening to each other. And I'm hearing how she's processing and how she's trying to navigate and trying to understand and try to become more open with it. The biggest issue with her understanding my identity, for one, she didn't want me to be a lesbian. So I think it kind of shut off from right there. Like you don't even want to even have no more conversations. You just put that wall up to begin with, and then getting past that, it's she wanted it to be quiet, a secret. Like wanted me to hide who I was. So as long as I was behind closed doors and I didn't look it at all, didn't talk about it, everything's fine. And then when I became out and I actually became who I was, and I guess I to her looked like a lesbian or a queer person. Um, it made her uncomfortable for me to get seen. I mean, I guess for I don't know for society to I don't know if she saw that society questioned me or I was getting that attention or being recognized by that. I don't know. That made her uncomfortable too. Um, and another barrier was our religion. Like just uh, coming from like a Christian Baptist fucking background. She, we went back and forth constantly about religion, like, going to church and trying to force me into church. I feel like to try to get me to be straight, forcing me into dresses and having this attention be brought to me by guys. I felt like to try to get me to become straight or force me into that. So yeah. Um, I would, and I have. Like, I find it. What I have so I'm the eldest of five, and a little siblings right up under me, under the ages of 12, and raising them and them being able to see me as we've grown together as brothers and sisters has been the best experience because they didn't question who I was because they just accepted it. And when it came to the conversation of yes, I'm a lesbian. And these are the pronouns I go by, and explaining to them what a pronoun was, and having that conversation. Period, kind of opened them up because first of all, that conversation as a kid was never had. Yeah, so when it came to talking to them about my pronouns, like I said, it was easy. And first of all, that conversation, that door for that conversation had never been open. My first experience with even knowing that I can actually have some type of control over what people can call me was here at Song. So that was liberating for myself. So to be able to like give them that experience and open up that door for conversation so they know that they have control of who they are and what people call them. Um, and they accept that, man. They accept that and they understand that. And I'm looking at it through innocent eyes, Um, our generation is what they say, like our future. And so if I'm able to expose them to at least what I'm getting exposed to and what I'm learning, I feel I'm blessed, but I see that that's where it starts. So yeah, I've had those conversations with them at least. So I feel like I feel secure in that. Yeah. Family to me is unconditional love, pure love. Um, the best way to describe the love I have for my family, the love that we have within our family, uh, is like you ever see like a litter of puppies playing and you see them grow together and the cute pictures, right? And you see that's how we are, like day in and day out, like all over each other, loving each other, watching over each other, taking care of each other, learning together, laughing together, and creating all these memories, right? And that's family, and that's unconditional, baby. And that's through the good and the bad, and that is, that's a death to you part relationship bond forever. Um, and I believe that it's true not just by blood, but whoever you consider you bring in and you consider that person family, you call that person is in, that's a lifelong bond. And I take that seriously. my family, they show up for me in many ways. Emotionally, family is the only place, group of people that I can be completely open, genuine, and emotional with. Um, I'm not like that with everybody. Um, Family gives me a sense of security when I'm with my family, a sense of security that being around any other group doesn't. Um, Family gives me confidence and a strength and heals me. Um, so that's what my family does for me. Mm. Show up for me would be to show up for my people, my extended family. Um, to have better understanding of my people. Um, to be a part of song or be able to understand and be able to give back to the community and understand the responsibilities and the ties to the community. I feel like that's my biggest challenge with my family. Um, just breaking through this wall of not just caring and giving up on feeling like you can't make a change in anything, so why try? And trying to change that mentality, that thing, which is generational, that beating up and just I don't give a fuck about nothing no more, and changing that and turning on a light and trying to get them involved in this type of work and into the movement, um, because I know I will be making sure that the family that I create for myself in the future is definitely involved and connected with my people. So, but that's the biggest way that they can show up for me is to be involved in this and to understand my people, me, not to just only accept me and that's it and say fuck it to the trans and fuck it to no. It's being able to accept all of that because all of my family. This is there's no separation really. Um, yeah.